and then pause. Okay, so now that we got some introductions out of the way, let me tell you my name in the story, because you know me as G. So if G is my first name, Gigi is my last name, right? And that's important because sometimes what's wrong now will call me G. I'm like, girl, no, my name is Miss Gigi. Don't play with me. Okay, so this is where the story starts. Some of these things are things that I learned in hindsight, but are still like important to note. Let me see if this sound is working though. Okay, so at this point in my life, I am in grad school. I am working retail. I have an internship so I can cover a different grade level. I'm grieving the loss of my mother. All of this is while being a first-time teacher. I was a paraprofessional for 2 years, and then I started teaching. So this is my first time being the lead, right? So I come in, and Miss What's Wrong Now says, you have to produce work. If you don't produce work, people will think that the kids aren't doing anything. So we need to give the kids like 10 worksheets a day, and we need to get them all done by 10 o'clock because they're not going to do work after 10. You got to give them work early because after that, they're really not going to do any work. I'm like, okay. She has 2 special needs kids. She knows what she's talking about. This makes sense to me. The only thing I can do is try it. It's not something that I have ever tried. Right? Right. So we try it. And then this is where I'm a pothole, Miss. This is where Miss Pot says, she's not doing all that work with them kids. It's not like she was going to do 1 page, but she surely wasn't going to do 10 with the kids. So I'm like, okay, I tried it a few times. All right, Miss Pot, get this child. Just do 2 sheets with them. Miss Pot, try this child. Everything was too hard. Oh, he won't sit down. Come on, Johnny. Do your work. Johnny. Come here, Johnny. Come here, Johnny. Do you really think that works? This is somebody who was allegedly holding a teacher certificate while working in a paraprofessional role and just keeps her certificate. Not only did this lady not do anything that I asked, because I never said, go work with this student. I was like, can you get Johnny? Can you get Sammy? Can you get Sarah? And she just never would do anything. Okay, Miss Pot, when you work with this child, can you sound the letters out in the words for him? So can you sound out oh, he's not listening. And then when she sees it, I'm like, okay, can you try it again? I'd have to stop what I'm doing, go walk by her, and then she'll say, and then sometimes I give her a writing assignment for the child to do, which will be something like copying words, spelling words that they're able to do or that they're working on and can make progress in doing. And she would do the work. Like, what makes you think that I don't know that this is your handwriting and not this child? I'm with this child all day. I'm in the class with this child all day long. Shoot, I go to lunch with this child. Well, we have lunch in the classroom. I go to specials with this child. What makes you think I don't know what this child's handwriting does or doesn't look like? Are you crazy? So I said, I want Miss Pot out of here. Wait a minute. It wasn't just that. It was also, Miss Pot said, once I walked out of the room one time, does Miss Gigi have her certification? Is she certified? Did she go to school to teach? I have my bachelor's degree, and I was at that time, and I was working on my master's degree. But that's none of her business. What are you trying to say? You trying to say because she really didn't only want to work with one type of child. What am I supposed to do with that? Most of the kids don't look like that. And the one that did was let me stop. The one that did not do work at the time that she was in the classroom. And she was just, she's just such a delight. This child is running amok in this classroom. This child is running amok in the palace. And you know what? Yeah, you work with her for a few minutes while you were here. And now it's time for you to go. I went to admit. Miss What's Wrong Now convinced me, which I do agree with, let me say, to go ask administration for Miss Pot to not work in the class again. She doesn't need to be in here. This is literally COVID time. There are no kids in the building except for my class. The class with Miss Gigi and Miss What's Wrong Now. There are no kids in the building. If they didn't come to school, it was like one day a week. Like, we got one day while all the other teachers come to school and have their kids virtually. We had to take them to the gym. We eat in the classroom. Like, we are exposing ourselves so much. We are exposing ourselves so much to so many germs, while everybody else is online and done by pretty much 12 o'clock. They have socials. Oh, let's do game day at 1 o'clock. Well, we can't do that. We have kids. All right, y'all. Everybody come to the gym. We can't do that. We have kids. Nobody had kids but us in the building. Unless somebody got sick and then we got 2 weeks at home. Yeah. So I asked my colleagues, hey, what do you do with this lady? Just give her something she can do. Ask another coworker, what do you do with this lady? She doesn't really do anything. I just let her sit there. Why would I want to do that? I asked boss lady, what am I supposed to do with Miss Pot? Just give her something she can do. Well, she can't do anything. And if she can do something, she won't do it. Why would I want her in my class? Everything I ask her to do, she demeans. She does not do. She doesn't, And I'm open to criticism. I really am. So I was like, if you think of something better, tell me. We could try it. No suggestions. Didn't have any suggestions. Only. Is she certified to teach? Is she qualified? I am. But you know what? I'm not gonna be working with you. So Miss What's Wrong convinced me to ask administration to get Miss Potts up out of there, and that was very smart on her end. You wanna know why? Because that classroom was a revolving door. And if I'm asking somebody else to get up out this classroom, that means Miss What's Wrong is not the problem, right? And also, do have something to say about Miss What's Wrong. It's you don't seem to be able to work with people. This is all hindsight, because had I known then what I knew now. And I also as a first year teacher, I realized I did not go in there and say, hey, this is the problem with Miss Potts. Here's a documentation of what she has and hasn't been able to do in my class and how it's affecting our class environment. I just went in there and said, I don't want to work with Miss Potts anymore. But also, administration did not ask for clarification for why I wanted Miss Potts to not come back into class. And I feel that like this gives me time to reflect. If I was an administrator, I would ask questions like, what's going on that you do not want to work with Miss Potts? Is there something else that you could try? What have you tried? Have you spoken to Miss Boss Lady about this? Have you spoken to your colleagues about this? Let me speak with Miss Potts so I can see what's going on in the class. Let me come in and observe. Those are some things that I would do if I was an administrator. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, because maybe one day I will be an administrator, and these are things that I can reflect on. So we fast forward a little bit to monetary donations, keyword donations, being asked of me over and over and over again. Principal Appreciation Day, Paraprofessional Day, School Secretary Day. All of these days, which I love celebrating people. I just don't love celebrating them by giving $20 over and over and over again. Also to include birthdays of the special ed department at the school. So I did not enjoy giving $20 over and over and over and over and over again. These people have been established 10, 15, 20 years. Some of them teaching longer than I've been alive. Right? So I don't have the $20 to give all the time, and I'm feeling like I'm not a team player if I don't give, right? So we're gonna fast forward a little bit to the next school year. No more Miss Potts, and y'all would think that was a great thing, except I'm stuck with Miss What's Wrong all day long, all by myself. I just want to say, if there is a problem with anything that I have said about your character, this is something that you should have thought about. Love you, bye.